Hello, dear students. Welcome to the computer class of Standard 9. I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. This is the second session of our chapter number 8. In the first session, we have discussed about the utilities of Ubuntu Linux and we have discussed about the genome terminals. Now, rest of the things we are going to discuss in this session. So, let's just start it. So students, now we will discuss about manipulating files and directories. So how we can manage the files and directories? Manipulating means managing of file. You can do some of the changes, some of the modifications to your files and directories. So first, if I'll give you the example of our Windows system, then in the Windows system we are having the Windows Explorer that provides us to manage all our files and directories. All the files and directories related operation we can perform in the Windows Explorer. Now we are discussing Ubuntu. So in the Ubuntu also one of the file system is there that manages all the file and directories of your computer system. So that software is known as a Nautilus. So Nautilus software here that refers to the C creature. And the picture of this icon is available in the Nautilus software when you open the help and about. So in that menu you can see the image and icon of the Nautilus software. When we are opening any file from the computer location, from the places menu here, the places menu shows us all the storage locations where we are storing our files. So from the places menu, if you will open any file, then by default it will be open in the Nautilus file browser. And if you are selecting the file from your local computer, means from your computer system, or you are selecting the files from the remote system, means from the network, then also all the files will be opened here by default in the Nautilus file browser. Then the next is here you can see this is the image of the file browser. So here it is divided into the three parts. You can see here how we are having the menu bar in rest of the application program. Here also you can see the menu bar is there, toolbar is there at the top. So toolbar shows the some of the frequently icons of the different tools that we may use to for the functionality, different functionality in this software. Then after at the center you can see this is the content pane. So here at the middle part in the bigger part one is known as the content pane, and on the left hand side there is the small part available that known as a side pane. So here the side pane shows you all the locations where you can store your files in your computer system or from where you can open the file. So first Jignesh directory is there, that is the home directory of the user that currently logged in into the system. Then after the desktop option is there. Then network shows us that if your computer is connected with the network, then how many computers are connected with your computer, that will be visible in the network option. Then by default if you create the documents, then documents will be stored in the document folder. Then music file will be in the music folder, pictures in the picture folder, and downloads, if you are downloading something from the internet, then that will be stored in the downloads. So these are the basic locations from where you can store the file or from where you can access the files and directories. And at the bottom you can see here, the bottom shows that how many items are there in your Nautilus file browser and how much space is available into your system. So that is known as a status bar. So this is the image of Nautilus file browser. You can see over here. So it is divided into the three section: menu bar, then after toolbar, then after at the center the content pane is there. On the left hand side, that is the side pane that provides the locations where you can store the file, and status bar. So this is about the look of a Nautilus file browser. The next is how we can open the files and directories in the browser. So how we are opening any file and directory? If you want to open any file, then simply you have to double click on a file or a folder. Same as we are opening in the Windows. So opening method is the same only. So when you will open, double click on any file, that will be open in the Nautilus window. And that will replace the current display of the content pane with the contents of that folder. So suppose I am giving you the example. If you are opening any of the folder from here, suppose here you can see the pictures folder is there if you want to open. So to open the picture folder, you have to double click on it, and when you will double click on it, here the instead of these folders, you can see in the content pane now the 11 folders are there. So instead of that one in the content pane, the content of your picture folder will be visible here in the content pane. So the content pane here that will hold the information of your folder that you are opening. And when you will open any folder or file, then it will find the suitable program for it. So suppose if you are opening the notepad file, then the notepad file will open by default in which program? Notepad only. If you are opening the file that is written with the .doc extension, then that file will be open in the Word program only. Same as here in the Ubuntu, if you will try to open any program or any file, then it will find first the suitable program that supports that file to see. If the suitable program is not installed in your system, then it will display the error dialog box. Here you can see. So could not display this file. So there is no application installed for Qt Designer files. So if you are opening any file that doesn't have any suitable program in that you can see that file, then this error message will come. So when this error message will come, either you can click on a OK. So if you will click on the OK button, then this option will be aborted. This operation will be aborted from there. And if then after you can do the right clicking on that file. So when you do the right click on any file, it will open the context menu, and from that you can select the open with option. So when you will select the open with option, it will suggest you the another suitable applications. So another applications will be open in that dialog box. You can see over here, and from this dialog box you can select any application which is suitable for your program if it is here. So if it is here, you can select from this one and then you can select the open. So that program will be open in that application. In that file will be open in this application program. So this is when you are not having the supported program to open any file. Then after the next concept is coming here, that is by default which file will open in which program in the Ubuntu. So first here the common file types, first one is the text file. If plain text file is there, then that will be open in a gedit text editor. You have to remember these things, that which program is suitable for which file type in a Ubuntu. So here the text files open in the gedit text editor. Then after OpenOffice.org files. So we have already discussed that OpenOffice.org is same as our Microsoft Office suite. So in the Microsoft Office suite we are having the program like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So here also we are having program like this, Writer, Impress, Calci. So if that file is there, then this applications program will be open in the OpenOffice.org application respectively. Then what about image file? So image file will open in the Eye of Genome application. The music file will be open in the Rhythm Box, and video files will be open in a Totem movie player. So these things you have to remember. So now one of the functionality is available when we are opening the multiple folders in the Nautilus file browser. When you will open the multiple folders, it will show you the back button. So back button will lead you to the previous folder, and next when you will go press the back button, the next button will be enabled, that is the forward button. So this forward button will lead you again to the return you again to the folder from where you went back, or from where you went to the previous folder. So like this you can move forward and backward with the help of back and forward button. Then after the next you can use this is the up button. So here the up button is used to open the parent directory of a current directory. Means here if you just see the example I am giving you, that is standard 9 folder is there suppose, and then in the standard 9 you have opened the project folder of a computer. Then after, now currently you are in the computer folder, but now you wants to open the parent folder. Parent folder means the standard 9 folder. So you can use the up button to open the parent folder from the current directory. Then after, just above the content pane. The content pane means main area where our folders item will be visible. So just top of your content pane, you can see the list of directories that need to be traversed to reach the current directory from the root directory. So here it will show you the directories, the list of directories that you need to, from there you have to go through if you want to reach to your current directory. Suppose if I want to open the standard 9, I want to open the computer folder, then how many directories that is required? Suppose the computer, first the root directory, that is the main directory of the system. So in the root directory, that is the file system. Then after, suppose it is, if it is in the documents, so first I will go to the documents. So then after I will open the standard 9 folder, and then after from the standard 9 I will open the computer folder. So this is the whole path. So these are the directories that I need to go through if I want to reach to my current directory. So like this, that path will be visible on the just above your content pane. So Nautilus try to retain the child directories in this list in case you may want to visit them again. So in the list, the child directories will also visible there, the another child directories if you want to visit the child directories in between. So these are the things or functionalities, that is the up button, back button, previous button, and the path of your directory. Now next is the different views in the Nautilus browser. That means in how many views you can see your files and folders. So there are different views. So 3 types of views are here. First is the icon view, second is the list view, and third one is the compact view. So this view means what? Here the object term is there. The object means your file and directory. So this view will arrange your files and directories in the different manner. So first, these 3 views can be selected by using the view selection tool, that is near to the right hand side of the toolbar. So right hand side of the toolbar there are button, that is view icon is there. So from that you can select the view, this view buttons, that I will show you here. Where is that view icon? So here you can see on the toolbar on the right hand side, the last one button, you can see this is the icon view. So when you will click, drop down button is there, when you will click on it, it will show you the 3 options, that is the icon view, the list view, and compact view. Currently this view shows you which view? Currently it will show you the icon view. So first I will explain the icon view only. So in the icon view, all the folders are represented with the small thumbnails, small images. Can you see here the small images? Here the documents, the downloads, this available with the small icons, and along with the names of the folder. So names of the folder will be visible, and the icons will be arranged like this in the icon view. Then after, some in icon view, some of the time it will show you the content preview. So suppose if any file is there here, now currently you can see that these all are the folders only. But suppose you have saved any file, then when you will click on the file, it will show you the preview in the content pane only. Means whatever the content is stored in the file, that preview will be visible over here in the icon view. Then the next view we will discuss, that is the compact view. So in the compact view, all the directories are listed vertically and in the grid form. So here they are visible in the grid form, and they will be arranged vertically, and these objects are represented by the small icons only, how it was visible in the icons view, but it doesn't have any preview. So preview will not be visible, only they will be arranged in the grid form and with the names. Then third one is the list view. So list view will also represent the small icon of the folders or files and the name of that file that is arranged in the vertical list. But what are the extra features available in the list view? The list view also display the several other details about the objects, that is like the size of a file. What is the size of a file? The file is of which type? The text file, the document file, the presentation file, the type also will be visible there. The date when the object was last modified, means if you have performed the modification in the file, then on which day, lastly on which date you have opened that file, that also will be mentioned there. And as well as in this view you can perform the sorting operation. So you can arrange your objects in the ascending or descending order. So here this is the three views we have discussed: icon view, compact view and list view. Then after here, because of the list view features, you can find it out. It is very useful to find that which is the largest file in the system and which is the latest file that you have created lastly in your system. Then after, there is a plus and minus sign is there. Plus sign is known as a expand button. What is the use of plus? The name of plus is the expand button. And this icon is available just before any folder. So if you will click on this button, then it will show the content of the folder. And if any subfolders are there in the folder, then that also will be visible. But remember, when you will click on the plus sign, immediately the plus sign will be changed into the minus sign. So that is known as a collapse. Minus is known as a collapse here. And here, if you will click the collapse icon, then this hides the content, means whatever the information that we expand, that will go in the hidden form again, and again the instead of minus the plus sign will be there. Then after, the next is creating files and directories. Till now we have seen that how we can open the files and directories, but now if you want to create your own folder, the new folder, and if you want to create the file, then how it's possible. So first, to create the folder, here you have to right click anywhere on the blank area, and from the context menu you can select the create folder option, or here the file menu is there. From the file menu, or by selecting the same option from the context menu. So you can go to the file menu and you can select the create folder option, or you can do the right click and from that you can select the create folder option. Otherwise, the keyboard shortcut key is there, that is shift plus control plus N. So this is about the creation of new folder. While a new file can be created in the similar way using create document option. So same option is there, that is either you can go to the file menu and instead of create folder you have to select create document option, and that option is only useful for the creating plain text file. So when you want to create the plain text file, then you can use this option create document. Otherwise, the common way of creating a new file is to use the corresponding software application. Means here, if you want to create the new file of a notepad, then how we are doing that one? First we are opening the notepad program, then after we will go to the file menu and then we will select the new option, then new file will be created. So same as here, if you want to create the new file in the openoffice.org, then the text document will be created in the software's writer program. Then the new image file can be created using the GIMP image editor. Means first you have to open that application program, then after go to the file and new option. So like this you can create the new files. Then after, the next is the how we can select the files and directories. The simple way to select any file, that by just left clicking. First you have to put your mouse pointer on that object, and when you will do the left click, the object will be selected. If you want to select the multiple objects, then how it's possible? So they can select by single clicking them and while holding down the control key. So if multiple files are there that are not at the contiguous position, means they are not stored together, but one is at the first position, then one is at the third position, one is at the seventh position. Suppose the files are like that. Then after, first you have to select the first one icon by just simple clicking. Then after, you just hold down the control key and select the rest of the files. Then it will be select the multiple objects. If they are in the contiguous manner, then the option is here, you just hold down the first and means select the first file. Then after, you just hold down the control shift key and then select the end file, last file. Then all the files within that will be selected by default. Then here our selection may include only files, only directories, or mix of both. Means here you can do the selection operation. Whatever the files you are selecting, in that all the things are included. If file is there, then also it's okay. If only directories are there, then also it's okay. And both, if mixture of both is there, then also it's okay. All the things will be selected together. If you want to open the context menu related the selected files, then if the single file is selected, so you just select and right click, then the context menu will be open. But if the multiple selection is there, then you just select any of the file from that selected objects, and then after, you just do the right click, then it will open the context menu application for all selected objects. So like this, you can select the files and directories in the Nautilus file browser. Then next is the deleting files and directories. So if you want to delete the files, then first you have to select the files. So first select the file and then after press the delete key from the keyboard. Then after, the objects will be deleted. But when you are deleting the object, that will not be deleted permanently. It will go where? It will go to the trash can, recycle bin, that we can say. So here it is known as a trash can. So that will be moved to the trash can. So if you are deleting the items from the trash can, then these items will be deleted permanently. So otherwise, if by mistake you have done the delete operation, then from the trash can you can restore that file again to your system. But if it is deleted from the trash can, then after, it is very difficult to recover that deleted objects. Next is the renaming files and directories. So if you want to rename the file, you just first select the file, and then after, either you can do the right click. So when you do the right click, the context menu will be open and you can select the rename option. Otherwise, the shortcut key is here F2. So when you will press the F2, then also the dialog box will be there. You can change your name and then press OK or enter. So when you will press the enter, the files will be renamed. But suppose in case of enter, you are pressing the escape key, then rename operation that will be cancelled and renaming will not happen. And at a time, you can rename only one object, that you have to remember. Then the next thing is about copy paste operation. So first we will discuss the copy paste operation of a X window system, and then after we will see the copy paste operation of a Nautilus file browser. So here the copy paste operation in the X window is similar to our mobile phone applications. In our mobile phone, so many times we are selecting the text and then after we are selecting the copy option. When you are doing the copy, that copied option will be copied where? On the clipboard. That message is coming. The text is copied to the clipboard. So now in the clipboard, that content is stored. Then after, you can go to the location where you want to paste that file. And then after, you can select the paste option. Then this copied content will be remain as it is in the clipboard, and as many times you can copy it as you want. Now the copied content will remain as it is till you are not copying the next content. So this is about the X window system copy paste operation that is relevant to our mobile phone system. Now we will see the Nautilus file browser copy paste operation that we are doing have in the computer system the same as it is there. So first you have to select the one or more objects, then you just copy them Either you just select the copy option from the context menu, or you can select the shortcut key Ctrl plus C. Then after, you can go to the folder where you wants to folder or the area where you wants to copy, where you wants to paste that copied option. Then after, you just do the right click on that blank area and select the paste option, or you can select the shortcut key, that is Ctrl plus V. If you wants to put in the list view, one may right click on the directory's name. In the list view, you can directly right click on the directory name just above the content pane, and you can select the option paste into folder. Then also it will be copied into the folder in the list view, remember that. And then after, you can select the Ctrl V. When you will copy the objects, then the object copy from the folder can be pasted in the same folder also. So if you are performing the copy operation in the same folder, then what will happen? It will result their copies being generated in the same folder. In the same folder, another copy will be there. And here, this name suffixed with the text copy. So just after your file name, the copy will come as a prefix. Why? Because in the same folder, at the same location, you can't keep two files with the same name. That is why it will be renamed as a first your file name, and then after as a suffix, the copy will come. So here, if the two objects with the same name, if you are repeating this operation multiple times, then it will be changed as another copy, the third copy, fourth copy, and so on. So this is about that if you are copying the folders in the same location. The next is the copy paste operation is used to keep one copy of the object to the original location while creating another copy of them at the paste site. Means here in the copy paste operation, two copies or multiple copies of the objects will be generated. One copy, the original copy, will remain as it is to its location, and the another copy will be generated to the another location. So this is about the copy paste operation. Now what about cut paste, and what is the difference between the cut paste operation? Here in the cut paste, we are performing the moving operation. Means original file will not be at the same location, but original file will be moved from the one place to another place by performing the cut operation. So first we will discuss the cut operation in the X window system. So suppose if you want to cut any file and folder, then first you just select the file, right click and cut operation. Select the cut option. So when you will select the cut option, the content will be moved, copied to the clipboard here also. But here that is on the clipboard, and suppose if you forgot to paste that icon, to paste that object, in between you forgot that one, then the original file will be the paste, and then after you have copied the another content, then the previous file will not move. That cut operation is just aborted, and that file is as it is at the same location. Means whenever we are performing the cut and paste operation, we are always thinking that if my file will be lost, then what I will do. But that things will not happen, because if you are doing the cut and then after suppose you forgot to do the paste operation, then that file will be as it is at the position if you are not performing the paste. Now what happen if you perform the paste operation? If you are performing the paste operation, then that file will be moved from that one, and that will be pasted to the next location. And then after immediately your clipboard will be empty. After pasting your file, nothing will be there on your clipboard. And that is why you can paste the one object one time only. So once you have selected the cut operation, then you can paste it on the only one time, not more than that. Then after in the Nautilus there is the shortcut key Control plus X to perform the cut operation, and Control plus V, the same shortcut is there to paste that object to the another location. Next is the drag and drop operation. So here the drag and drop, like the terminal, we may open the multiple Nautilus windows. Multiple Nautilus windows you can open. How we have opened the CLI window like this. So when we want to move some file system objects from one open folder in one window to an open folder in another. So we may arrange the windows so that both are visible at the same time, and then drag the objects from the first window and drop them to the second window. So multiple Nautilus windows you can open. Then side by side you have to open it, both the windows. Then one object you can drag from the first window, and you can drag it to the second one. So like this you can move the icons, or you can move the contents from the one window to the another window. So holding the control key while performing the drag and drop will copy the objects. If you want to copy, then you have to hold the control key when you are doing the drag and drop operation. Next is the bookmarks and searching. Now what is the help of bookmarks? In your computer system so many folders are there, and among that folders, all the folders we are not using frequently. So the folders which are often used by you, that folders you can put in the bookmark. So how you can put it? So for that you just select any folder, then go to the bookmarks option and select the add bookmark. Then this will add the folder permanently to the side pane as a bookmark. In the side pane of the Nautilus browser, only the folder is there named as a bookmark. So this folder will be added to the bookmark section. So now if you want to open that folder, then you can easily go to the bookmark section, and from that you can file the icons or the folders. How we are doing in the WhatsApp, suppose so many messages are coming. So whatever the messages are important for you and that you don't want to lose, then what we are doing, that's the starred messages. The starred messages option is coming. And then after in the three dots are there, and from there the starred messages option is there. From there you can open it very quickly. So same as here, from the bookmarks you can open that very quickly. So this is about the bookmarks and searching. So searching means if you want to search any files from the system, then based on the name, if you knows the name, then here you can search it very easily. The subdirectories and all the things, based on the names or the search facility, you can search the files very easily. So this is known as the bookmarks and searching. So these are the operations we have discussed here, students. So I hope you understood all the things well. The copy paste operation, the bookmark and searching, how we can rename the file, how we can delete the files, how we can select the files, how we can create the files. So these are the things we have discussed in this session. So I hope you understood all the things well. Thank you, students.